Hi, this is Jim. It is Tuesday, July 21st. I have not yet recused myself from doing updates, so let's get on with the Georgia COVID 19 metrics update. And hello to Reddit and everybody on YouTube as well. All right, today's report. What you're going to see jump out at you is the deaths number. So I'm going to go right to it and talk about that for a little bit. There were 78 death reports today, and I use that word reports very intentionally because I believe what we're seeing is a bit of a backlog from the weekend, maybe a few extra, but I don't feel like we went from 5 to 78 in one day. Let me show you a report that I have that looks at the whole time we have been dealing with COVID-19. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. What you can see is once about every 3, 4 to 6 weeks, we seem to have a catch-up day. Where it spikes to 65, 75. We had a spike up to 100 in April. So I don't really feel at this point like we have a significant issue with deaths. Time will tell. But given the fact we're coming off 2 very low days, to come up with a spike day, I think is a little unlikely. So let's watch that over the next couple of days and keep an eye on what's going on there. All right, back to today's report. And you can see, by the way, too, just to use it as an example, look at cases, right? Cases building up, building up, building up, building up. We didn't have, 50, 50, 50, 4,000. So I think what we're seeing, I more expect what we're seeing with deaths to be an anomaly in the data versus a new trend at this point in time. Because the reporting on deaths is more manual, whereas there's a lightning storm going on outside, so don't worry about that. I'm good. The reporting on deaths is more manual. The reporting on cases is more automated. It's more database driven. So I think that's what we're seeing there. Same thing with new hospitalizations, right? All of a sudden we had 2 really low days and it catches up to 400. We know from watching the active GMA hospitalizations that it stayed relatively high around the 3,100 range. 3,155 is the number today. So just slightly down over the peak yesterday. So something to watch there. But I don't push the panic button on hospitalizations or deaths based on today's report. The other thing I want to take a look at here is, let me just go back and hit the tests real quick. Tests were lower again today, right? We had been seeing an average in the 25,000 or so range. We're down to 21,000 again today. So I think this may be a little bit of that backlog continuing to build up, and we've seen some discussion on that in the discussion thread on Reddit as well. We did have a high positive rate, though, 15.9. It's above average for what we've been seeing over the last couple of weeks, and that drove then the positive rate to be 3,143 new cases. So 19 up from last week. I would call that flat, but that may also mean that we'll continue to if you look at last week, we ticked up day by day, so we may be building to another Friday. Let's wait and see what happens as the week goes on as well. Too early to tell that we're significantly changing the trend at this point. Over to CCU beds and CCU capacity. We are at 86% CCU capacity. Let me pull that other chart up. There you go. Let's see, changes there. Athens fell out of the 90% range, so they've got 9 beds available in that Region E, Athens region right now. We did see Oconee come back in. They had fallen out yesterday. Now they've got only 3 beds left. That means 93%. That's Region H, the Milledgeville area. Columbus is in. Shoreline is still hanging out in there, 91% capacity. And then Region N, Kennestone area, that's the Cobb, Cherokee, Northeast Northwest Metro Atlanta area, they've dropped down to 10 beds now as far as critical care unit beds. So again, they are kind of in the danger zone, and we've started to see media reports as well. I think 11 Alive in Atlanta reported today that there have been some hospital diversions and those kind of things. So intensity is still there when it comes to hospitals, which again makes me think that we're seeing we're going to see the hospital number in the daily report here stay in the 3100 area, 3200 area for a little while. I don't know that that's going to fall back down very much based on what we've been seeing so far. All right, the only other comment I had was the RT number, if you've been following that. We used the number from RT Live, and it's been as high as 1.2, 1.4. It's dropped to 1.04. So we're watching that. I know a lot of people have some concerns with that number. It's supposed to be giving us an indication of how much spread there is going on, how fast the cases are accelerating, so we can watch that over time. And like I said, if you want to go to rt.live to see all the details there and keep watching that, that would be a good place to get more information. That's it for today. Hope you all have a great day. Thank you for checking in. Hope my audio and video sync has been fixed. I spent some time on that today. And hope you have a great afternoon. Don't take a break. Take a breath. Have a good afternoon, and we'll see you tomorrow.